Hello students, welcome to TS Quick Learn. And the next exercise is 3.3. Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomials and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. So the given equation is x square minus 2x minus 8. So this can be written as like we have to do the factorization method and find the zeros for these two things. So in order to find the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients, we need to first find the zeros of this and then find the relationship between the coefficients and the zeros. So x square minus 2x minus 8. So 8 can be written as 4 into 2. Like we can do 8 in multiple ways, like 1 8s are 8, 8 ones are 8, 2 4s are 8, 4 2s are 8. So these were the factors, but here we have taken minus 4 into 2. 8 can be minus 8 can be written as minus 4 into 2. So and the middle term minus 2x can be written as minus 4x plus 2x. Why? The reason why we have taken minus 4 plus 2 is x. That means minus 4x plus 2x will give the answer minus 2x. We are just, value is not going to change. We are just splitting it. That's it. So in this if we check in the first two terms x square minus 4x, if we check in the first two terms x square minus 4x, x is common, and what remains is x minus 4, plus in the next two terms 2 is common. If we take 2 as common, x minus 4 will be remaining. So in these two terms again x minus 4 is common and x plus 2 will be remaining, is equals to 0. So to find zeros, x minus 4 is equals to 0, x plus 2 is equals to 0, x is equals to 4 and x is equals to minus 2. So therefore the zeros of x square minus 2x minus 8 is equals to 0 or 4 comma minus 2. So how do we find the relationship between those things? We have the formula for that, and that is sum of zeros. If we see 4 plus of minus 2, if we check what is that, 4 minus 2 is minus 2. Minus 2 by 1. If we check minus of coefficient of x by coefficient of x square, this is the formula for sum of zeros. If we check the difference between, like relationship between zeros and the coefficients, if we do sum, that means if we add those terms, we are getting minus 2 by 1. And if we check that minus 2 by 1, minus of coefficient of x, that is minus of, what is the coefficient of x? Minus 2, right? The coefficient of x is minus 2. Minus of minus 2, coefficient of x is minus 2 and coefficient of x square is 1. And the product of zeros is 4 into minus 2 is minus 8. What is the constant term? Minus 8. And what is the coefficient of x square? It is 1. Constant term by coefficient of x square. We are in this way we find the relationship between these two terms. Coming to the next bit, 6x square minus 3 minus 7x. So we are just arranging it in a proper way, that x square minus 7x, 6x square minus 7x minus 3. So 6x square minus, how can we split 7x minus 7x as minus 9x plus 2x minus 3. So we might get a doubt, why we have to split minus 9x plus 2x only. We have multiple ways, but how can we split this? So if we check 6x square minus 7x minus 3, first we need to, in order to split it and get the proper factorization, we need to follow this process. That is 6 3s are 18, right? 6 3s are 18. That is the first term, the 6x square minus 3. If we multiply those things, 6x square minus 3 is minus 18. 6 3s are 18, so minus 18x square. If we split the factors for 18, we get 1 into 18 is 18, 2 9s are 18, 9 2s are 18, 3 6 are 18, 6 3s are 18, and so on. We will be getting so many factors, but we need to pick the right term so that we could split the middle term in such a way that its value doesn't change, and the product also will should be correct. So in that way, if we see 6x square minus 9x plus 2x minus 3 is the only term that we get. uh, if we divide this 9x plus 2x, 9 twos are 18. If we check, 9 twos are 18. 9 twos minus 9x into 2x, what we get? Minus 18x square. That means it is satisfying the product. And at the same time, if we do the sum, minus 9x plus 2x, we are getting the minus 7x. That is why we are doing this relationship. So if we check here, in the first two terms, 3x if we take common, 2x, 3 twos are 6, minus 3 threes are 9. If we are in the first two terms, we have 3 as common number and x as common variable. So 3x, if we take it as common, 2x minus 3 plus, here nothing is there to take as common, so if we can take 1 as common. So if we take 1, 2x into 1 we can write, 3 into 1 we can write, so we can take 1 as common. So in these two terms, 2x minus 3 as common, 3x plus 1. So to find zeros, 2x minus 3 is equals to 0 and 3x plus 1 is equals to 0. X is equals to 3 by 2 and x is equals to minus 1 by 3. So therefore zeros will be 3 by 2 and comma minus 1 by 3. And what is the coefficient of x square? It is x 6. Coefficient of x is minus 7 and constant term is minus 3. If we do the sum of the terms, what we get? 3 by 2 minus 1 by 3 is equals to, if we just do the LCM, we get 9 minus 2 by 6, which is minus of 7 by 6. So minus of, what is the relationship, what is the formula for that? Is minus of minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square, minus of minus 7 by 6. If we check what is the middle term, x coefficient of x, it is minus 7 by 6. What is the coefficient of x square? Is 6. So it is satisfying. Some of the terms, if we see, minus 7, which is satisfying the above condition. Here we don't have to confuse about minus and the plus symbols, because minus of minus coefficient of x, right? So minus is already there, and minus 7 is the it is the answer that we get. Okay, 7 by 6 is the answer actually. So minus of minus 7, if we check the coefficient of x square minus 7x minus 3, the coefficient of x is minus 7 though. So in the minus of coefficient of x is minus 7, that is the answer, and before that minus is the there in the formula itself. So by coefficient of x square is 6, and the product of terms, if we check, 3 by 2 into minus 1 by 3, if we just multiply it, we get minus 3 by uh, minus 3 by 6, which is which can be written as 1 by 2 as well. But if we check the for relation, since we are checking the relationships, if we check constant term by coefficient of x square, what is the constant term that we have? Is constant term is minus 3 by coefficient of x square is 6. And the next bit, 4s square minus 4s plus 1. So this can be written as I told you earlier, we have to multiply the coefficient of 4s square into last term, constant term, in order to get the factors. 4s square plus into 1 is 4s square. So if we split the 4s square, what we get? 2 twos are 4, we can write, right? So we can write minus 4s as minus 2s minus 2 minus 2s minus 2s. What we'll get is minus 4s. So this can be written as 4s square minus 2s plus 1. we can write the above expression like this. So for understanding purpose, I have written that 2 4s square as 2s into 2s minus what minus 4s I have written as 2s minus 2s minus 2s minus 2s is minus 4s plus 1, because in order to take we need to take 2s as common. If we have to take 2s as common, to avoid confusion, I have written 4s square as 2s into 2s. So 2s if we take common, we'll get 2s minus 1, and in the last two terms we are taking minus 1 as common, so that we get 2s minus 1. So after that, in these two terms 2s minus 1 we have taken common, and whatever which is left out is 2s minus 1. So to find zeros, 2s minus 1 is equals to 0, 2s minus 1 is equals to 0, s is equals to 1 by 2, s is equals to 1 by 2. So therefore zeros of 4s square minus 4s plus 1 are 1 by 2, 1 by 2. So coefficient of s square, what is the coefficient of x square is 4, a coefficient of s is minus 4, constant term is 1. So if we do the sum, what we get, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, that is 2 by 2, which is 1. So what is the formula for sum of zeros? Minus of coefficient of s by coefficient of s square by, that means we can write it as minus of minus 4. What is the coefficient of s is minus 4, right? Minus 4 by coefficient of x square or s square is by 4. If we cancel that, we'll get 1. We got the same answer. If we do the sum, we got the same answer, and if we just check the relationship also, we got the same answer. Product of zeros is equals to constant term by coefficient of x square. If product of zeros, if we do the zeros product, 1 by 4, that is constant term. What is the constant term? 1. And what is the coefficient of x square is 4. So this is also satisfying the condition. Thank you.